Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honoring the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's Marshall. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. So Michigan's offense will get the first possession of the game. Stakes are always high in the game. Careers are made and lost because of it, and they'll have to manage their emotions, guys.
Some games in college football just mean more. When you think about Ohio State and Michigan, you think about not just Big Ten implications, national title implications, Heisman Trophy implications. Late in the year, David, this is just must-watch TV.
Must-watch TV. Two of the winningest programs in college football history. This game, I tell you what, recent years has really brought back the tradition and been so much more competitive now that Michigan's also getting some wins.
They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Finds his tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on third and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The Wolverines have their offense in high gear. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal block on the back.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the shower of flags, it's 1st and 15 for this offense. He's looking to pass. Grab behind the line. It's Thorne. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Now on second down. To the ground with the back. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Bennett. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Those winged helmets flew up and down the field as Michigan won in a blowout last season.
It was a beatdown, and the team up north did some spanking.
And he intercepts it. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a start for the defense, and I tell you what, this might start to affect how I call the game and what I think the offense can do, because if this rain keeps coming down and affecting the throwing, this allows me to be way more aggressive on defense. Nice start for this D.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Off the play fake on first down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, with great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national World Championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always matters. You get back to 2006.
Can anyone catch it? And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it and still on his feet. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to pass. It's Nolan. And his throw is incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but with snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Another incompletion on third down.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And the returner will be dragged down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And the free safety roaming the middle of the field, you can see just reading the quarterback's eyes. And how about the break on the football, taking a great angle to pick it off and then do some damage and make the big play for this defense to score some points.
Coming out with it, it's Stewart. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. Crosses the 45. Off he goes. The 20. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. Let's see what they've got on second down. Quick pass on the fly motion. Still on his feet at the 35. And he breaks into the open. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold it. Offense.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Wolverines send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. A first down for the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Graham. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. This time they'll go to the running game. Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Now on second and short after the first down completion. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. He makes the catch. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's going to run it. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. From the gun. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Michigan. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you to stop. This was step one to getting them back in the ball.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He goes overboard and he's in there, and the two-point try is good. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something. Gonna take a shot. He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, Ohio State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverine. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Georgia Tech will need to mount a comeback, but those fans that were there when Calvin Johnson was a two-time All-American know this game is not over. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Georgia. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll off one deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. To throw, it's Nolan. He's got his man. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. The Buckeyes will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the returner will be brought down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got to score. You got to stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field. And if things go well, like David said, we've got a game.
Pulls it in. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it down. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
I mean, you can say that's a quarterback name. You can call that. I mean, goodness gracious. He's dropping back to throw the football. But when he sees a hole, his eyes get big, and he just...
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Michigan.
And that field shrinks. You got to have the big boys down here that you can just throw it up to. Let them make plays. Make it look like fun. All the big boys on the field. Slip that tight end out. Find him. They'll do the rest.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Makes his way into the end zone for the deuce, and now they're within 5. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Tackle is made at the 33. It's about a 5-yard pickup, and that'll be enough for a first down. Power football with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
When you see those guys get off the football so fast, most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
When you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry, Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State, and it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
Looking for blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Fires to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. He's going to pass. He's got an open man. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And a really good job out of quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Got him downfield. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The Wolverines are in the red zone. Pressure coming. Oh, it's a fumble. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good
Ah le con, je pensais que le chrono était arrêté quand il y avait fumble. Quelle boulette.
When you have these two programs with all that's at stake today, you know emotions run high in a game known simply as the game.
And the Wolverines will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Now, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. To the air, it's Nolan. He finds his man. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver of the middle of the field.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Feeling some heat. And here's a fumble way behind the line. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's crease corner. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nice move to keep running. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. Brought over the middle. It's LeBlanc. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass cover. And the Buckeyes have moved it inside the 20. Handoff to the lone back. Headed to the end zone. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
First down for this offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. That last incompletion leaves them with 2nd and 10 from the 21. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Connection to the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. They're going to throw throw it again. Complete downfield. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. A lot of urgency for this offense. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Wants to throw. It's Nolan.
What a great play. Winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
They're bringing heat. And the third down pass is incomplete.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human, keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Getting some heat. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Makes the grab. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. They'll throw it on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. This dude is having a day, and with that one, and the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half. Almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Fires to the wideout. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. Offense getting set for first down. Off the RPO, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And now on second down for this offense. They'll try the right side. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking downfield, it's Nolan. They're trying to get to it. And they got him for the sack.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Another was sacked by this defense, but how about this QB? He continues to get back up every single time, still leading his team, still staying positive, still putting them in a good position to win this football game.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo.
And in this situation, late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. That's caught. It's Stewart. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Wants to go up top. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
He'll just keep slinging it. Makes the grab on the left. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. That leaves him with a tough 4th down situation. You'd love to just chip into the lead, but at this point, a touchdown's what you're after.
And I think it just clears up the decision-making later in the game. But I think you stay aggressive here. You try to get the touchdown.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On the ground, it's Harmon. Fighting off the defender. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down and 2nd and 3. Working that left side now. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They go to the ground. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last one. They did a lot of things really well. They've just got to do a better job.
The Wolverines in the hurry up.
They've got the weapons to stay aggressive. We just made a big play. Let's see if we can take a shot here into the end zone.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got his man. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route, understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. A nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense for a reason.
These defensive linemen have tents in the backfield. Goodness gracious, they're camping out back there, hitting the quarterback time and time again. When you've sacked him this much, of course he's going to be flustered. Of course he wants to get rid of the football.
And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see fourth down, but it's better than throwing another pick. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground. Line gets set, first down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense...
Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice game.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Buckeyes are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the route is on. They put another... Or as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But, David, in the second half here, it's all Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you know you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Second down here, and maybe they've got one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The offense gets it. At this point, every second is precious. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Quick pass on the jet motion. Oh, what a PAT unit on the field. Back to pass. It's what? Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. Jumped on top of the pile. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with the victory.
Everybody on offense here should...
Got a lot of running room. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And the pummeling has started. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
And the returner will be brought down. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. He wants a big play here late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Re-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Wolverines decide to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. First down here for the offense. He will take a knee, and the defense can stop the clock one more time, but this one is just about in the books. They say every game counts the same in the standings, and that is true, but there are some games that no matter what the coaches say, they just mean a little more, and they hurt a little more if you lose.
They do, and that's a fact, and every player will tell you that. There are some games that are highlighted before the season that this game matters more, and it's not that the other ones don't matter. It's just that the hate runs so deep for some of these rivalries and some of these kids that grew up across the street from each other that went to different schools, Jesse. You can feel it.
David, you're absolutely right, and I wonder because it was a rivalry game, did the losing team get a little overhyped? It just looked like they were pressing too much in this football game. They made too many uncharacteristic mistakes, and as a result, they take the L.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.